few more estate sale items, doing a little more estate sailing. This is a 2-inch hitch that'll fit in my pickup. 2-inch ball. That was free. So yeah, can't beat that, huh? So I have one, now I got an extra one. I had one with 1 7/8", one with a 2-inch. Now I got a second one with a 2-inch, and then the one I think the cargo trailer uses is 2 7/8" or something like that, the ball on it. But anyway, got another hitch receiver for the pickup. Also picked up a really super filthy cool Westinghouse fan, and if you look at my past videos, I buy fans occasionally too and clean them up and resell them. This one's got like a cool torpedo motor on it. Yeah, I don't see any. Well, there is some numbers on it. Let's see if I can see them. It just says volts. 115 volts, 60 cycles. Amps. Maybe 0.7 is what it says. Style number 1331557. Can't read the rest of the writing. Serial number 18 maybe. So it has, oh, catalog number. It says 10 PA and the serial number is AT. So yeah, this thing, my hand's all dirty just from touching this. This is in a nasty, nasty, nasty barn out in the country. So we'll clean this up. It looks like it's missing a little something right here. But that's die-cast aluminum. And this is die-cast aluminum. And it is a Westinghouse. And then we got a whirligig. This is a woman churning butter. You can see where it's kind of faded where the things were on it. So I might repaint it, but it just kind of goes up and down. The propeller's missing, so I'll just get a propeller on eBay. And the little thing that mounts it on a post is missing. I can make one of those, just weld a nail to a little piece of band iron with a couple holes drilled that'll screw to the bottom of this. And then I put it in a 1-inch pipe that I put some 1-inch oak dowel rod into, and then I'll drill straight down the center of the dowel rod so the nail will sit a little above, you know, so this will bottom out in the hole, and then it can turn for the wind direction and spin the propeller. So I'll get a propeller from eBay. I'll paint this up and I'll get a piece of galvanized pipe and I'll paint it black, the pipe black. Maybe I'll just get black iron pipe and I'll stick that out in the garden. Get that working and put it in the garden. So anyway, let's try this. Oh, and I got this fan too. And this one actually works really nice. It says Superior Electric Products, model number, I can't tell if that's 300 or 800. It's 800, 120 volts, 60 cycles, thermally protected. Superior Electric Corp. It has a little name. Here, I'm going to turn the fan off so it doesn't blow in the microphone. But it does have a name right there stamped into it. It looks like it says Danny. It's B-R-U-Y-E-R-E. So that works. And let me show you a little something with this fan that's kind of neat. Look at this. I would call that fan Pontiac engine blue. So yeah, pretty nice little estate sale fan. Dropping the cord down in the radiator core support of the Catalina. So yeah, that was free. This was a couple of dollars. That and this were a couple dollars, and that was free. So let's let's see if this thing works. probably people think I'm crazy plugging these old filthy things in, but that's the only way you can tell if they work. I actually like these things and use them. So how do you like that? Wow, it even oscillates. The furnace just kicked on, so you're going to hear that. It's a 2-speed. Just turn the switch and slow down. There's a little oiler there. I'm going to take this all apart, clean it all up. May even repaint it. We'll see. Might just clean it up and leave it be. That thing works. That thing moves a lot of air too. Pitch of those blades probably why. Wow, that moves an amazing amount of air. So yeah, that's kind of another thing I horse with and collect are these old vintage fans. Look at the pitch on that blade. That's why it moves a lot of air. That needs a good cleaning up. So yeah, there we go. Can't get over how little air this thing puts out. It's like a little draft. I started disassembling this to clean it up. And there's some made in USA quality. Look at that motor in that thing. And it's all die-cast aluminum, the whole fan. Looks like it was a hammer tone gray, so I'll probably clean it all up and repaint it in the hammer tone gray. This turns the oscillator on and off, so you can have it oscillate or not. This thing's cleaning up nice. This you turn down and it oscillates, and you turn it up and it locks it in position to where it doesn't oscillate. This fan, there's a little decorative thing that goes on here because this fan can mount on a wall. You can turn the motor, so it's trying to do it here. And you can wall mount it. So yeah, pretty slick. I took this off the grill. I'm going to wash out a little dish soap and water, and this I'm going to bead blast so I can paint this. And the propeller is plastic, it looks like. Can't really tell, but it looks like some of the paint's been scratched off there. This hub is steel. So anyway, I'll probably paint the grill and the propeller off the fan, and I'll just paint this assembly as it is. Like, I think that's the way it was originally painted, was just like that. I'll tape off the motor shaft, the nut for the oscillator, and the switch and the wiring and the little grommet and stuff. So, well, these grommets are actually color of the base and the motor. So yeah, I think I'll get some hammer tone paint and paint it up. I think it's a dandy little fan. It moves a lot of air. I use these things in the house in the summertime. I have a couple old, really old GEs. One of them my grandparents bought new. Well, both of them. My great-grandparents bought them new. And they're still in the family, so I have a couple old G's and I use them regularly. And, well, I painted the motor power. It's a hammer tone gray. Looks like brand new. I also cleaned this up, and the eye in Westinghouse had no paint in it, so I touched the eye up, cleaned this all up. That goes on the front of the grill, as you remember. Got the fan blade all painted both sides, and I painted the grill gloss black to give it a little contrast. So let the paint dry overnight and put it back together and get a little video of it working all painted up. Okay, I'm still putzing with this little fan here. I made a piece of metal to cover that up. I couldn't find anything on eBay, so I just thought I'd make something. I just made a template out of cardboard that fit in there, and I cut it out of sheet metal and just took a file and just worked the edges until it fit, and my body hammer just kind of worked the metal and it fits in there pretty good. So I'm going to paint that black, and then I think I'm going to put a little, maybe right in here, the little round Westinghouse W logo, seeing that this is a Westinghouse fan. So I'm going to get that painted, and I'm just going to stick that on with some silicone. Silicone's a great adhesive. So this little thing's going to look pretty cool. It's just too nice and neat of a little fan not to have something covering that ugliness right there. Well, I finished this little fan up. It's got a hammer tone motor. Cool shaped motor. The grill goes in real nice and cleanly. Look at the pitch on the blades. This thing really moves the air. I touched up the letters in here because some of the paint was missing, and like that chrome button in there. But I made a little metal piece there and put a little Westinghouse logo on it. So that's one cool old fan. Nice estate sale find. And you saw the before filthy, dirty pictures, and it is a 2-speed. That thing moves a ton of air. That big pitch on the propeller. That's low there. It was on high, now it's on low. And you can turn the oscillator on and off the knob. You just back it out and the oscillator's off. It'll just stay where you want it. What a cool fan. That one I think I'll keep and use in the house. Kind of the year. The house is a 1923, so this is a lot newer fan than the house, but it still looked good in the house, the year of the house. So I just made that little tag in Photoshop, and that is silicone to this, and this is silicone to that. Silicone's a really good adhesive. So that came out pretty nice. And wanted to show you one other vintage fan. I got 2 other oscillating fans that are vintage, but this one a friend gave me probably about 30 years ago. I used to use it in the garage all the time as the garage fan, but then I got to where, you know, I've had some pretty good offers on it, and I decided to not use it in the garage anymore. Use it in the house now. It's a 3-speed, and this one will, you can turn the oscillator on and off this knob. You turn it up like that, and it kind of locks the fan in place, or you turn it down. It oscillates. This fan's a little louder. That Westinghouse is as quiet as a mouse, but this fan does work good, and it moves a lot of air too. And I'll do a little video on the vintage G's. The G's that I have, my grandparents bought them brand new. I think the one's from the 40s and one's from the late 50s. And I use them both in the house. And I'm going to use this one in the house. This one I usually have in the basement to move the air around in the basement. But yeah, I like that fan. I plugged my watt meter into the fan to see what it draws, and it's drawn close to 60 watts. And when I turn it down to low, it's about the same. It's a 2-speed fan. So it doesn't matter if it's running low or high. Obviously this is off. That's high again. Current spikes up starting, but it's running about 58, 59 watts pretty consistently. And drawing 0.69 amps on high. About 0.645 on low. So it really doesn't make much difference in current draw between low and high. Interesting. So again, thank you for watching my videos. If you enjoy them, please subscribe to my channel.